Here are 3 topics that you will want to understand if you want to be a successful wrestler in 2022. Wrestling is not what you think it is. Oftentimes we see people getting their hand raised, we see the glory, we see the glamour of wrestling, but there are many aspects that go into it that are unseen. Many people define wrestling as a lifestyle. Some people define it as a sport, and still other people see it as a way to just get away from their kids for a couple hours. No matter how you define it, Socrates says that the beginning of wisdom is the definition of our terms. So I want to give you guys a working definition of wrestling. Wrestling is life's greatest tool that just happens to be a sport. And in order to be successful at it, you must understand and master these 3 topics: training, competition, and relationships. There are 3 types of training: physical, mental, and emotional. Physical is exactly what you would think it is. It's the strength conditioning, it's lifting weights, it's making sure that you're creating the habits, learning the techniques. That is involved with our physical training. Whereas our mental training is a little bit different. It's our approach to how we train. It talks about how our mind works in relationship to the physical things that we're doing. It's how we encode information into our bodies, and it's how we create muscle memory. Emotional training is connected to our mental training. And I've noticed that there's a deficiency in the wrestling world of emotional intelligence. Emotional training is recognizing the way that you feel, noticing your fears, noticing your worries, your anxieties, and learning how to deal and cope with those different emotions that get evoked. The next thing that you have to understand and master is competition. With competition, you have to understand why you're doing what you're doing. You have to have a purpose, a drive, the fire, and the fuel that allows you to go out there and perform to your best ability. We have to understand our approach to failure. What happens when we fail? How do we embrace failure? And understanding also how we define success. Because success isn't just getting your hand raised. Success is the whole process put together. It is the preparation before going to a tournament. It's warming up. It's your mental approach. It's execution of the moves that you want to hit out there. It's learning to make mid-match adjustments. And all in all, it is an application of your training. The 3rd topic is relationships. And no, I'm not talking about dating relationships or giving out relationship advice. There are many relationships that affect our success and our growth and evolution in wrestling. The first relationship, and one of the most important, is the parent-athlete relationship. Wrestling is a very difficult sport, and it already has a lot of pressures and concerns that comes with it. If you're a parent coaching a wrestler, you want to make sure that you're not adding to that pressure, anxiety, fear, or worry before your child goes to compete. You want to provide them with a safe environment, letting them know that win, lose, or draw, you are going to love them unconditionally. There's also the coach-athlete relationship. In this relationship, the most important thing is the development of the athlete in all of these areas that we're speaking of. It's not just about getting that hand raised. It is also about making sure that these kids are growing up feeling self-empowered and using this sport as a tool to make sure that they know how to govern themselves, their emotions, and developing their character. It is knowing how to treat your opponents. It is understanding and recognizing how to drill together, how to spar, how to do technique, and having certain expectations and standards to make sure that both athletes are getting the most out of their training and out of their competition. The purpose of this channel is for you to learn how to get the most out of your club experience. And these are the type of subject that you are going to encounter on this channel. If you want to be a successful wrestler in 2022, it's imperative that you understand and know these subjects. We will be going over each subject in detail on this channel, so make sure that you subscribe and that you share this video with anybody else who you would want to see get better in 2022. And thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on our next video.